Coming up on today's wrestling news, an infamous WWE secret storyline has finally been revealed.
We have the latest hint yet on the biggest jump in wrestling.
A WWE star finally signs a new contract.
And WWE has filed a insane trademark.
I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Michael Sidgwick.
And this is the news. Michael Sidgwick.
Hi.
Do you remember Vince McMahon's lockbox?
Yes, I do. What was in the box?
Well, that's the question everyone's always
Because it's a box. You need to know what's
It's a
inside
mystery
the
box. It could be anything inside there, as you said to me earlier.
It could even be a boat.
So, obviously, it was part of the build for WrestleMania 32, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. Shane McMahon wins. He gets control of Monday Night Raw, which he kind of got anyway, despite losing.
Yeah.
If The Undertaker wins, Vince McMahon gets the lockbox back from Shane. But as you ask, what was in the box? Well, Fightful Select, doing some great reporting here, have finally found out what was inside it. Nothing. Fightful Select have spoken with former members of WWE creative team to clarify what was going on here. And in the perfect personification...
I mean, it was obviously this.
Yes, of Vince McMahon and the booking that surrounded him for so many years. It was just invented at the last minute by Vince, and there was nothing in the box. Each creative team member that they spoke to stated that no specific item for the lockbox was ever determined. It was just something Vince threw in with no real rhyme or reason at the very last minute.
Sensational. Genuinely, we kind of suspected this was the answer, but thank you to Sean Ross Sapp coming through yet again with some information that, articulates for us what's going on in pro wrestling. I kind of suspected the answer. It's nice to know once and for all that there was absolutely nothing inside of it, and of course there never ever was. What really infuriates me about this is just like the arrogance.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, you know what, I'll hoy in at the last second, right? An allusion to me getting up to no good.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Why would you do that when in fact you were up to no good all along?
Like everyone knew what was going on. Shane came back, fair play, like he did do what he was required to do.
Loads of tickets when he came back.
It was a huge injury bug, wasn't there, back at WrestleMania 32? And they're like, panic button, Shane's back, who can Shane face? Taker, Hell in a Cell, that'll probably shift something. You said it did.
It really did.
So they could have just said, I'm going to get my son to fight you, Taker, or whatever. They could have just said, Shane challenges The Undertaker. But no, they had to say, right, what if Shane wants to run Raw, which he's going to get to do anyway, because who cares?
Yeah, who does care?
And then, and also we'll talk about a mystery box. Will we ever reveal what's in it? No. Why is that? Because there's nothing in it.
There's nothing in
anything.
it, and these people won't care. I was like, what's in the box?
Yeah.
What? You cannot tease a mystery box and have nothing inside.
They should do that next, shouldn't they? They say, Cody Rhodes, I want to fight you at SummerSlam. If you win, you keep the World Heavyweight title, the WWE Championship. Yep. But if I win, I get what's in this hand.
Yes!
Ooh!
That's a great point. What if there's nothing in the hand? I'm pissed off.
There better be something
over again.
There's something in Rock's hand, isn't there, for that thing that they did on the Raw after WrestleMania? There might not be after stuff like this.
There absolutely better be. We also have the latest hint yet on the biggest jump that is pretty much all but guaranteed to happen at this point. Yet again, Sean Ross Sapp coming through with a report that Ricochet's agent was spotted backstage at Dynamite. Now, this could be an indication that this was the start of any formal talks, or maybe even tidying up the small matters of the finer details of the contract, whatever. But Sean Ross Sapp also notes in this report, before you get too excited about Ricochet ending up in All Elite Wrestling, that the agent does in fact represent other stars across both All Elite Wrestling and WWE. So it's not necessarily the final bit of proof that, quite frankly, the obvious is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, like we've said, Ricochet seems destined to be heading to AEW. You've got so many dream matches. Obviously, Ospreay's the blindingly obvious one.
Brian Cage.
Constantly feel like he was underutilized or just booked poorly throughout his WWE time. He had moments, no question.
Yeah.
But you and I have talked a lot about this on AEW podcasts. He's someone who, we've always said he's a phenomenally talented dude. I'm sure he'd do great things in AEW.
It's where he best fits, but maybe it's too late for him to make a true impact. Like, if Ricochet signs in late 2019, I think everybody loses their goddamn minds. And I think this whole jumping free agent stuff, I think a lot of people are normalized to it, and they wonder where he fits on this absolutely bloated roster. And my current position is, I wouldn't bother necessarily. You don't necessarily need him, and in fact, all you're doing by signing a Ricochet is preventing someone like a Konosuke Takeshita from getting.
You have to push Ricochet. If you sign him, as you said,
and I will be revealed to be a monstrous hypocrite when you get something close to the very great Ricochet of those early 2010s when he was just an absolute phenomenon. I mean, I don't think he can do it anymore. I'd love him to prove me wrong. But I mean, the first time you see that gif of the double rotation moonsault, it's like the Van Terminator feeling when you first see it in the late 90s, times by about 5. Ricochet in AEW will prove me wrong. I've got no real doubts about that.
Yeah, this is not on him. This is not on him. Not saying that he shouldn't sign. Obviously, it's the second biggest wrestling company. He's going to get a great payday. He's going to work with loads of his mates.
And it's the promotion that's going to let him more be Ricochet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It does seem like it's destined for that. Like you say, this news about this agent being, this person being backstage.
It came as no shock whatsoever.
No, but I wouldn't be surprised if and when it happens. But like you said, I think my thing is what's the urgency? Like right now, I agree. People like Konosuke Takeshita. You've got Daniel Garcia getting this push now. What the hell's going on with Ricky Starks? This thing we constantly keep coming back to.
I would still watch Rush every single week.
Yeah, but but I understand that Ospreay's on a hell of a streak right now, and if he's not doing world title stuff in the immediate future, just have a Ricochet match.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
We'll keep you posted on any developments with that. But someone who's sticking with WWE.
They're like the Chelsea of wrestling, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a great.
You don't need these players.
Yeah.
You just don't need this many.
Who's just in? Mark Cucurella signed for AEW. He's officially in the league. You are so spot on with that, yeah. Are you sure you've got enough midfielders? One more central midfielder, even though we spent a combined 200 and whatever million more than just
on Saido and Enzo Fernandez.
Saido, yeah, they got done with that one.
They've got Lavia from Southampton as well.
Yeah. Conor Gallagher's playing at the Euros.
And they don't want to settle. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Right.
It's not as if it doesn't matter.
Someone who's sticking with WWE though is Angel Garza. We talked about him the other day about him and Humberto a little bit being frustrated about not being booked on certain shows and their contracts expiring.
Live event as well, just put them on.
Yeah. The 31-year-old has re-signed with the company, though. He revealed as much on a Facebook stream. He's signed a three-year deal. He clarified, no, I have not left. A three-year deal. In fact, I've just re-signed for another 3 years. It was an offer I straight up could not reject, so there's that. His deal was set to expire August 1st. They've been locked in negotiations. It's another example of WWE, TKO, whatever you want to call the conglomerate, sort of leaving things to the last minute, but it makes sense. I do hope, because I'm not sure if this was the same Facebook stream or just something else I saw online, part of the negotiations was, please let me rip my trousers off again, because apparently WWE said stop doing that, and that's one of my, he's brilliantly talented in the ring, obviously. It's one of my favourite things that he does.
No, right here, this will not, I'll never beat the miserable Brits are at it again accusations.
Yeah.
Okay. But just to cast your mind back very quickly to 2019, it's a Wednesday Night Wars, and I know this is so spoiled, and I'm so privileged to do this, right? The idea of NXT competing head-to-head with AEW meant I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the bastard morning to watch both of these programs in full.
Back to back, yeah.
So by the time AEW finished, I used to watch that first. It was just a hotter, fresher, more interesting and talked about thing. So I gotta watch NXT now. And it was like, I wish I could just watch this on the Thursday night. So I was a little bit like, maybe resentful's too harsh, but like, I wasn't exactly fired up.
Sure.
And then I watched Leo Rush versus Angel Garza.
Yeah.
Those matches were absolutely incredible. I thought Angel Garza had absolute superstar potential. I mean, he's a piece. He's so handsome. He's got such personality. Incredible in the ring. For whatever reason, and I can't fathom it personally, never really happened for him. But you know, he's got 3 years to to really get there now.
Yeah, I always hope these sorts of things, when I hear people have just re-signed a new deal, I hope as part of the negotiations, obviously they get the money that they deserve, but they say, I'd like to have a concerted push as part of this. I'm not just signing just so I've got money coming in. We can hope, because like you say, he's a brilliant guy.
He's an unbelievable talent. People have just forgot. I forget half the time.
Him and Humberto Carrillo are a great team, and whether they're going to stick together or go their separate ways, I don't mind. I just hope they get more TV time.
Indeed, and they might get time on a show entitled, and I can't believe this, I read this morning when I was like scrambling for news items, and I just went, what? So, the patent office and all the rest of it, it's been revealed and it's been sleuthed out. Now, WWE, in addition to the match beyond, which as we know is the real bit of War Games, has filed a trademark. Adam Wilborn, I wish you hadn't known this information, because we play games in our podcast, which you can of course check out wherever you get your podcasts from: Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, YouTube. And I would like to play this game. Which WCW pay-per-view of WWE filed a trademark for? And I would be thinking, right, okay, well, they've got Halloween Havoc already. One would presume they do it all the time. They got Starrcade already. Was it reported that they got Super Bowl the other day?
I think so.
And you think, Spring Stampede, 1994 and 1999, absolutely incredible shows. You'd think, well, there's a little bit of cachet there for those who remember. No, it's New Blood Rising.
New Blood Rising.
New Blood Rising. The worst pay-per-view of all time, not named Heroes of Wrestling, quite possibly. It was it was an absolute booking nightmare in inscrutable creative decisions, next to no, if any, decent action. Just unfathomably, staggeringly, this is the end of professional wrestling in the United States as we know it at the time. There's no coming back from this. If there was ever coming back, there probably wasn't. And if there was, if there was a shred, no, not after that. And WWE filed a trademark. Right, it's New Blood Rising, right?
Yes.
So you'd expect, okay, this could potentially be, considering what NXT exists to do, which is, promote new talent in the youth movement or whatever, the new generation of WWE stars, however you want to put it. Maybe you could say, right, okay, well, we could have a PLE, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, and call it New Blood Rising, because you watch NXT for the new blood.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Call it something else.
Yeah.
You can come up with a different name for a PLE or a big show that conveys that, coming up, these guys, they are coming up without calling it that. Absolutely
what if it's related to the
incredible.
bloodline?
Why would you tarnish?
Yeah, exactly.
This incredibly critically acclaimed, super well received, red hot business developer that is the bloodline with that kind of association. It's just odd. I mean, they're obviously not going to pay tribute to the show or anything. It's just a name.
Yeah, please God, no.
It's got such a stigma to a certain generation of fans that I just thought it was an interesting thing to put in the video so I could express my incredulity.
I've been enjoying the Who Killed WCW series. I haven't watched the fourth episode yet, so no spoilers as to who did it. But do you think they've been watching that and then thinking they're like pigs in crap and going, yeah, there's all this... Well, there's a truffle here. There's New Blood Rising. I don't know what they're thinking. I think, the only way it's good. The only way it's good is if NXT has some fun with it, and NXT's that's kind of what it's there for right now.
Yeah, I mean, I have to watch New Blood Rising every single week, quite frankly, on NXT. But he loves it.
Yeah.
And if you think, this tribalism's a bit boring, isn't it, in the wrestling world? You could not find a more balanced podcast in your life, I'm telling you right now, than the NXT review. I don't like that show very much. It does not appeal to my tastes, and that's putting it mildly. This guy absolutely loves it.
Just keep it's Homer with the donuts, isn't it? I love it. Just keep them coming. Yes, let us know your thoughts on that. Let us know who you'd like to see Angel Garza face going forward, and let us know what you think should have been in the lockbox in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe. Could even be a boat. It could even be a boat. And while you're at it, why not check out this video right here? We'll see you soon. Oh, take my phone.